Good morning, King George. Today is Monday, October 10th. It's already October 10th, and welcome to this week's edition of Ask the Superintendent. I thank you guys for continuing to submit questions. Please continue to do so because it makes such an impact on us and our focus as far as meeting your needs in our community, the needs of our parents, the needs of our students, and the needs of our community. So thank you again for submitting questions. Just to recap, this past weekend was Fall Festival. It was an amazing and exciting time around the county. Thank you, everyone who put Fall Festival on. It was very fun. It was an exciting time to be a King Georgian. This morning, I had the opportunity, today is a teacher work day, and I had the opportunity to go over to Potomac Elementary School and look at their PBIS program. It's an amazing program. It's certainly something that we're looking at when it comes to our social emotional learning curriculum. If you remember, we're going through a process this year where we're analyzing the things that we do for social emotional learning, and spending time today at Potomac was quite amazing to see how they did some things with their positive behavioral support system in the school. Give them thumbs up. Wonderful job at Potomac Elementary. Remember, guys, tomorrow report cards are distributed. So for the upper grades, you can find your report card on PowerSchool. So log on to PowerSchool Parent Portal. Make sure you take a look at your students' grades. We are 9 weeks now into the school year, and it's an amazing and wonderful opportunity to stop and pause and have some good conversations with your children about how they're doing in school as we are a quarter of the school year finished. Later in this week, Wednesday, the PSAT will be given to all ninth grade students at the high school. This is a great time for high school students, our 14-year-old students, to start thinking about college and start to think about what it means to apply for college if that's their desire. Taking this PSAT will really give them a metric as to where they stand in the admissions process, and it's also an avenue for colleges to start to figure out where your child intends to go to school. So it's a great opportunity to create that connection between the student and our post-secondary institution. So that again is this Wednesday. Wednesday morning, all of our ninth grade students will be taking the PSAT. It is National School Lunch Week, so please remind your child to take the opportunity to have school lunch at school, because I think they've done an amazing job since we've come back from COVID. A lot of the cafeterias are getting creative. In fact, whenever I have an opportunity to stop over at the school, I try to see if I can do it during lunchtime. They've introduced a lot of new things, salad bars, the sub bars back at the high school. So as it is National School Lunch Week, stop and have school lunch and thank your cafeteria workers for the hard work that they do. I think that's very important. I had two questions this week that I'll jump right into. One had to do with conduct on our school buses. Let me say this. I think the job of our bus drivers is one of the most difficult jobs in the school division. They have somewhere in between, 60, 70 students sitting behind them, and they're trying to drive that multi-ton vehicle down the road and manage student behavior and try to get everyone to their destinations in a very safe manner. Very difficult job to do, and I commend our bus drivers for doing such an amazing job here in King George County. Conduct on a bus is so important for our students and for our bus drivers, and I would say it all boils down to just one simple term: just a common level of respect. Respect from our bus drivers to our students, and respect from our students to our bus drivers. Again, a very difficult job to do, but an extremely important one. If you guys haven't found out yet, one of the most important jobs that we perform is getting your student or your child from their bus stop to school and delivered back home safely to you every day. And our school bus drivers do a great job of that. So I commend them. And as far as conduct's concerned on the bus, they should be giving you respect, and you should be getting respect from them. And we work diligently to make sure that's happening. And if it's not in any instance, then I'd certainly be the first one to weigh in. So thank you to our bus drivers, and thank you to our parents and students who do a wonderful job of supporting our bus drivers and getting to and from school safely. Just had a follow-up question. The second question was about the recess conversation that we initiated last week. So the follow-up question was the timing of the day for recess and a desire to have recess after lunch. So if you remember again, tomorrow I'll meet with all of the principals in the division. We've got 3 elementary schools that have 3 different recess schedules. And one thing that's important to remember in creating a master schedule for any school, elementary, middle, or high, it's really a Rubik's Cube of all kinds of possibilities and priorities and different things that take different levels of consideration and concern, and it's very difficult to do. So all of those things considered, we're going to sit down tomorrow in our meeting and talk about recess because we do know it's a desire of our community and our parents and our students, and we're going to see how we can look at lengthening the time of recess if that fits into our master schedule, and then really timing of when it can occur. Because again, just like any class during the school day, we've got certain areas of play where our students can take their recess. So working through that schedule as far as when students can be at the playground, when students cannot be at the playground because of another class levels at that location. So all of those things come into consideration, but certainly a good conversation that we are having in the division that was initiated by the questions coming from our community. So we thank you guys. Please remember to submit questions. It really helps us a lot. Go on to the King George County Schools webpage, click on Superintendent, and drop down menu there will say Ask the Superintendent. And if you guys ask those questions, I'll certainly work diligently. If I don't know the answer, I'll find out the answer because it means a lot to me that I can answer and address your concerns. So thank you guys so much. We look forward to another amazing week. We're starting our second 9 weeks, our second quarter. So make sure your students are still doing wonderfully in school and having an amazing school year. So thank you guys so much. And I look forward to answering your questions next week. Have a great day.